Before you state your disagreement.
Nigerian.
White Jesus, white Jesus.
And after World War II,
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Anyways.
Nigerian. Y'all kiss the white man ass way more than we do.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
That's the way you see it. Don't say that's the way it's supposed to be. Whether God exists or not, whether Jesus exists or not, the thing we have chosen to believe in.
Because it's been pounded in my head. White Jesus, white Jesus, white Jesus.
No, Kanye, no.
That's weird. I don't speak English to my parents. If I speak English to my parents, they're like, oh, you don't want somebody to understand your thing. Because it's so weird.
If you share your problem with a Nigerian, he's listening to you and is about to tell you his own problem. Your own is better. Have you heard?
right now to this day, all those borders that are in Africa were designed to stop white people from fighting each other. And after World War II, black people have been fighting over the borders ever since.
Should I state my agreement first before you state your disagreement?
Fuck that! Damn, I gotta justify myself to you too. And you a foreigner?
That's not the case. It's not even about white or black. It's about Americans. I'm sorry.
And you keep searching, you're gonna find something that you're not supposed to know.
I don't need a foreigner, an African, to tell me that.
What was my response to you when you told me?
I don't fucking remember.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is J to the I to the single D-E. J-Cole, that's what they call me. All right, this is a simple conversation between friends. We're just going to be talking about the culture of African Americans and Africans in America. Yeah, this is a very relaxed conversation, but I feel like there's been a lot of cultural differences, cultural shock, cultural expectations, and somehow there's been misconception between our brothers here in America and some of our people from Africa. So this conversation is really going to be simple. Just questions, answers, inquiries, and all of that. It's going to be really easy, right? We good?
Yep.
That does it for introduction, right?
Yeah. Right.
All right. First question. I really want to ask. I've heard a version of people saying that they don't want to be called African Americans. They just want to be called Americans, period. They don't want to be called Black Americans. They just want to be called American, period. So I don't know. Sometimes I get a little bit confused. I don't know what is the most respectable way to address the culture.
So I'm an 80s baby, and it's been black. That's what it's been for us, just black.
I'm the only one that introduced myself. Just introduce yourself too.
My name is Zondre, and I'm African American, but I go just with black.
Okay.
Even if I apply for any applications or anything like that, I just put black.
Okay. So is there the difference between the 80s and then the... So you're a...
Generation X.
What's that? Generation X.
Generation X from
1970. So 70?
68 actually.
68.
Okay.
68 to I think 78. I think.
So 79.
79. Somewhere in that ballpark. I don't like neither one of them because when I was a little boy, I watched the. You don't let other groups of people change your name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're just black. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter where you're from. In the eyes of the other people, you're just black. You're not an American, Black American. You're not Nigerian, or whatever.
African.
You're not African. You're just black.
Okay.
The United States of America, it's about color. It's not about those type of labels.
Okay. So, for me as an African, if I want to address you, I can just call you black. I'm black too. So how do I address that cultural group of African Americans? How do I create a difference between Africans in America and African American?
I think
you can't call us Africans because we
never been there.
My people been here for 100 years, so you can't really call me African no more. My people been here 100 years.
And even going back to my family
in the 1800s.
So it's just okay to say black?
Black.
Yeah. For me.
For you?
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
For you, but there are people who wouldn't agree. Who wouldn't want to be called. So the confusion.
So how do I identify?
My friends and family would say the same thing, black.
Yep.
Would say the same thing.
So that's for people outside of, people that are not black, right? We just refer to us as black. It doesn't matter if you're from Africa. It doesn't matter if you're from Nigeria or you're from the US. But how do we, as Africans, identify the difference? If I'm trying to talk to somebody. Now, there has been so many disrespectful terms that have been coined over the years. Yeah.
Do you ever consider yourself African when you're telling somebody? Do you say you're African?
Yeah, I say I'm black.
So you don't say you're African, even though you.
If I'm talking to somebody outside of someone that is not black, maybe I'm talking to an Asian, a Caucasian, or something like that, I just say I'm black. They don't need to know if that information.
But I think they should know. That's the problem.
Why do you say that you're black?
Because I'm black.
Why?
I have a black skin.
So this is for me personally, the issue that I have with the term black.
And that's Camryn.
What's up, everybody? The issue that I have with it, for me personally, the term black and white is rooted in racism.
Yeah.
So there is nobody on this planet that's black or white. When you refer to somebody Hispanic, you refer to the nationality that they come from. When you refer to somebody that's Asian, you refer to that, or African. But when it comes to African Americans, we're black because we've been stripped of our culture. So black and white is based in racism. So even though most African Americans accept the term black, I have recently become against that term because I know that it's rooted in racism. When you think about black, you think about everything negative that comes from it. When you think of white, you think of all the pure things that come from it.
Unless you change your mindset on that. And that's one thing I do focus on, changing that mindset, because when I speak black, especially to my children, I want them to know that black is beautiful. When I speak white, I'm going off of a color. Now, when I tell my daughters that person is Caucasian, I necessarily don't try to use the term white. But, but because black is thrown around so much.
Yeah, so I think that it has been the programming over the years that they've made anything black evil, even in Africa. Everything black is evil. If you're watching a film and they're going to portray the devil, they portray him as black. If they're going to portray Jesus, he's going to come on a white suit. You understand? And then I think over the years, if you're rude or if you're a bad member of the family, they call you the black sheep. Yeah, and then if they want to keep a bad record of you, they put you on the black book. You understand? And then I think it's just the programming over the years. So if we really look at it, black is class. Yeah, the color of black is class for me. Yeah, so I think we need to be deliberate about it and how we fight back.
Portrayed in a better light.
I do agree. However, we're not black. We're brown.
No, nobody's white or black.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So to accept the terminology that was rooted in the racism, to try to put a positive spin on it when we're not that to begin with, I just think it's putting too much energy into the term black. I mean, it's been around for so many years. We've just accepted that in a culture, but it is rooted in a group of people who do not have an identity because of racism and slavery. You know, you're from Africa. Like if I'm born and raised in Africa, I'm going to tell people I'm African.
Yeah,
I'm Nigerian. I'm not going to refer to myself as black because it's rated in slavery from America. But because America is so commercial throughout the world, through pop culture, black has become this thing that's international. But at the end of the day, you know, only people that describe themselves by color is black and white people in America. Everybody else is described by nationality.
If I was African,
I see what you say.
If I was from Nigeria, I would definitely claim that I'm African. That's something that you guys should be.
No, I actually say Nigerian. Yeah. I'm Nigerian. That's what I say.
No, but if you're filling a form and they just say Latino, black. And
African American. African American.
Yeah. So I just tick that one.
Like if somebody call me black, I'm not offended. But I do have that undertone feeling about it. Since we're having that conversation, I think it's important for me to address that.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I feel that. You agree?
I agree.
Okay. So the next point of this conversation is there is a conversation about black people in America don't like Africans. For me, I don't see where that is coming from because every black person I've met in America is as friendly as possible. But I go on social media and I see that there is this friction that first the Caucasians, they warm up to Africans. They're trying to say, you are African. I like you. I celebrate you. I'm not racist. You understand? So they're trying to say, I love you, but I don't love your brothers. So I don't know how that has spinned over the years, how it has gone on over the years, and then African Americans pick up on that, and then it causes this kind of friction. I don't know. If you guys have, I don't know.
I mean, yeah. Do you want to go first or?
Yeah, they've been doing this for 300 years.
Yeah.
Playing people on.
Because I've had some bad experience.
Yeah, please. You want to share?
Well, no, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm going to say I was at a store one time. What was it? 99-cent store.
Mm-hmm.
And some guy was just asking me, because at that time, that was the first time I came to the US. So it's, I hear the accent in movies, right? And I kind of hear it, but when I came here, I think the guy he's from Compton or something. So he said, wait, the accent is. So I cannot hear it. So I was like, so what are you saying? He just turned around and said, can I come?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so he's like, what the fucking retard African. That's what he said.
Oh, he's a retard African.
Yeah, he's a retard. Like, motherfucker retard out here. Like,
you said what? Say what now?
I was like, yo, I can beat him. I can beat this guy.
Come on.
I can take him, but I was pissed, like, because I feel like the reason why he did that was because he saw that my accent was different. He saw that my accent was different. And I've had people look down on me, over time because, okay, so he's just different, by the way he speaks and all that, he's different, so it's hard for them to communicate. So it kind of made me want to start pronouncing words the way it's just like when simple word like we say in Nigeria, we say
water.
Deposits. Okay. We say deposits. Do you understand? So, but here they say deposit. Deposit. Oh, I don't know, right? Deposit. Right? So I went in the bank and I'm like, so I need to do a deposit. Like, what? They the gathering around. Like, whoa, what? Say that. What? Yeah. So it's sometimes I can see some kind of anger or some kind of hate. But like you said, over a couple of months, I started realizing that some of these black people are very, very friendly with us as well. But there's some of them that are really, I don't know where that came from. That's it.
Okay, so I want to pick from what he just said. How do you guys feel when you see Africans, he's an African, try to speak American accents?
Oh, I think it's great. I don't have no problem with that. I never thought about it. The thing is that first of all, we live in California, and we come in contact with so many different nationalities. So, we have Hispanics and Chinese people, Japanese people. So anybody who is trying to adapt the language, we're like, oh, that's cool, because we're trying to do the same thing. I want to learn. I want to learn whatever language you speak. I think it's really cool. And to have an accent or anything, I think that's cool.
Do you guys like African accents?
Oh, I love it.
Because I got a lot of compliments. I get a lot of compliments. They're like, I like the way you speak. Yes, say.
I'm totally cute tonight. I don't want to be that person. But for that, I have to be that person. So first off, I know you have a very beautiful art. Like, I know you're a really good person. You're kind, and that's what you're saying, what you're saying. But let me tell you, from my experience for almost 2 years I've been here, that's not the case. That's not the case. And it's not even about white or black. It's about Americans. I'm sorry.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, all the people I've met, like they definitely have issues with the accent. And if they don't know how uncomfortable that makes us, I think this is a platform for you to say it. So I'm coming from 27 years of my life in Nigeria, speaking in a certain way, and way back in my country, they speak for Neo, like on a normal ground circumstance. In my country, when I speak English, they look at me like, girl, that girl can speak English. I'm a lawyer, so yes, I speak in court, and the judges are even like, wow, she's so good. And I got here like, what? I'm like, you know that's not what I just said. What's going on? And so it's so hard to even be friends with people because the way I communicate is so different. And at first I was trying to see, let me try to change, and I told myself, so if I go to UK, I have to speak British accent. If I go to France, I have to change. If I go to I can't do that. Plus, I'm not even trying to change myself for anybody. But the truth is, when I go to the store, when I go to the bank, when I go to anywhere, even my Uber driver, she told you about what right now I really just don't care. But we know that it's very condescending.
So, and just like you said, you know me, but I think it's beautiful, and I'm actually like listening, and I'm trying to understand, and even because I know the difference is pidgin English, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if I get the term right. So I try to understand that. So I really I want my husband sometimes to speak that way so I can understand. So when I am in a group setting with you guys, I can understand what you're saying. But I've never looked at it as a negative way.
Okay.
And sometimes, especially when you learn a language in your formative stage, it sticks to you. Mm-hmm. So I would speak differently English than he would because he's from a different part of the country.
Yeah.
And I'm from a different part of the country.
I've noticed that.
And so there is a Yoruba accent attached to my English because that's where I grew up. So I speak Yoruba fluently and very well. Not like we call something Ajebo. Ajebo is like the rich kind of Yoruba. No, I speak the proper love girl Yoruba. So it's like very thick one. You understand? Yeah. So the English is just like education purpose. It's not like that's weird. I don't speak English to my parents. If I speak English to my parents, they're like, oh, you don't want somebody to understand what you're saying. Because it's so weird, And all my siblings that go Yoruba with them, when I speak English, they're like, she's mad. I still try to understand him, and we laugh at each other in my country.
Yes, that part. So when we try to speak like you Americans with all the you know what I'm saying, all that. we make fun of each other because it doesn't come out right. And we know it doesn't come out right. But we have to make efforts so that you guys can try to understand us.
A quick story. On my side, I had a project in February, a movie, short film, and I casted Travis. Travis, I'm not sure you know the boss, but I have to say this.
That's it. Hey, we are under the bus already.
So, and he was trying to make the dialogue sound very believable. And in his mind, I'm putting myself in his shoes. I'm in America. I'm shooting for a short film for someone's school project, which is an American school, right? I want to make it good and audience to understand what I'm saying. Like, it's not a Nigerian setting. Nigerian lecturers are not going to be the one to watch it for audience, It's going to be American lecturers. So they're going to be like, what's he saying? And he's trying to speak this English well, but there are Nigerians in the film, So he's trying to put it like American accent. And I'm like, Baba, speak normal.
Baba,
speak normal.
We're all laughing behind. We're like, Baba.
Oh my God,
like,
talk to me. I'm like,
no.
After all my flexing and acting, they were like, Travis, you got
just stay in Nigeria, please.
It's so hard for you, man. It's so crazy because he's acting in a Nigerian film in America, so it's terrible.
I feel that.
I grew up in the hood, so I'm sorry. We're used to saying it. I had said it at work one time, talking with my friend. Somebody else got offended. A white person got offended.
And even hearing online that you guys are using the nigger word was a letdown for me initially. Like,
nigger comes from the river Niger.
Find a proper. They prefer you to marry a white person. Say that's the truth of it. No, yes.
The podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna.
So I'm gonna get through. Anyway, in my country, in the southern part of Nigeria, it's more rooted that you have to get an education. In the northern part, no, you just need to.
Hey.